everybody, my name is Jimmy Smith and welcome to the Wine with Jimmy channel. This is an educational channel on this world of YouTube designed to help you with your wine knowledge and your wine studies. A lot of these videos are specifically designed to help you with your professional wine qualifications, and this is no exception. In this video, we are here looking at the WSET Level 4 Diploma, the scary world of the diploma. This is looking at red wine making on crushed fruit fermentation and talking around the world of macerations before fermentation. And we have a couple of options to go through on this series. Now, the vast majority of red wines are made by destemming and crushing the fruit before fermentation. And in these cases, we'll have these options here for the winemaker. Now, just before I do go straight into the world of cold soaking, if you have any comments or questions or concerns, you can do something about it. You can get in touch with us. And because this is on YouTube, there is the comments section below this video where you can scribble away. And whilst you're there, you can do two things for me. Click the like button and of course, click subscribe so you get all of the updates, the weekly updates that occurs on this YouTube channel. Okay, and if you are really into social media, you'll see at the bottom of every slide, there's the social media stuff as well. You can really dive into that too if you wish. So the key aim of maceration before fermentation is really to extract color and flavors without extracting too much tannic structure. As stated before in previous videos, when I've talked about things like tannins, for example, the anthocyanins are most soluble in grape must, whereas tannins are more soluble in alcoholic liquids and therefore not readily extracted at this point, because really at this point, it's grape juice. We're not talking about alcohol. This is pre-fermentation. Okay, so what the hell is cold soaking? Let's go through it. So cold soaking is just one name it has. You may hear people call this cold macerations as well. Cold soaking or cold macerations. It is a type of pre-fermentation maceration. It is important really to note that some winemakers feel that this is a real invaluable way of developing desirable flavors and colors, but other winemakers believe it's actually inefficient and ineffective. So really, it's really quite polarizing about this method, if it is useful or if it isn't. So it depends. Now, crushing will occur, sulfur dioxide will be added at this time, and then the juice and skins that we have are not allowed to go through to fermentation. So they are typically chilled to around 4 to 10 degrees Celsius. So that's 39 to 50 degree Fahrenheit. Now this is to inhibit the yeast from starting fermentation, and yeast often needs quite high temperatures to kick off the fermentation. So that's going to stop that from happening, but also to reduce the rate of oxidation and also the threat from spoilage organisms. Now, what may be utilized at this time is some covering of dry ice. I've got a picture of it there on the left-hand side, and we've got a big arrow of it going into the vat on the right-hand side. This will minimize oxidation and also avoid aeration. Okay, so the use of dry ice. The main principle then behind cold soaking is that while the grape skins are in contact with the juice before any alcohol is formed, anthocyanin, that's color, pigmentation, is extracted. It's enhanced. as also is the extraction of aroma and flavor compounds. So therefore, you could say that this process, if you are a believer in it, is a real positive in improving the quality of your wine, because you're getting a bit more color and you're getting aroma and flavor. Some people, though, certainly the critics, say that this is very cold, and the extraction rates of this are negligible or very, very minor. So does the cost, the expense of this, justify the process? So really, you've got to do a lot of reading around this to see what you believe is the right method. Also, during this time, it is very typical for pre-fermentation maceration to last from somewhere around normally like 3 to 7 days, but I put down there up to 10 days because that is possible. And usually with the processes such as pumping over and punching down to mix up the skins and the juice, this will aid, enhance extraction, of course. This also avoids problems that can happen with any kind of skins that may be sort of sitting there on top of the wine. So this would be avoiding any issues around the growth of spoilage organisms that will require oxygen. And that's things like acetic acid bacteria, and that can produce those very sort of volatile components in wines. So generally speaking, though, cold soaking is a gentle technique suitable really for premium wines, and the cold temperatures result in a very gentle and slow rate of extraction, which therefore can be nice and easily monitored by the winemaker and therefore controlled to achieve the desired level. Okay. Key grape variety, there are many. If you look at a lot of Californian studies around cold soaking, a lot of it goes into Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbec, Merlot, even things like Tannat as well, done down in South America. But really one that it's really focused on and a lot of discussions around certainly is Pinot Noir. So it is commonly conducted for Pinot Noir to promote color intensity because the levels of anthocyanin in Pinot Noir are quite low. So therefore, we often want a bit more color from Pinot Noir to make it look a little bit sexier in the glass. Not necessarily always wanted, but from more commercial producers, certainly this will be the case. And of course, if this is a method that can extract more color without extracting more tannin, and Pinot Noir can have a hefty bit of tannin, then of course this is certainly a desired process. Now, there are going to be costs involved in this, because the cost with cold soaking, of course, is the energy required to keep it chilled down at 4, 5, 6 degrees Celsius, and also anything along the lines of dry ice as well, but also the time. We mentioned up to 10 days. So this is quite a lot of time for it to be tied up in a vat. Those vats might need to be used for other things, for fermentation or whatever. So of course, you're going to need to buy vats in order to do this. So that's a cost you can incur as well. So the energy, the time, the labor costs as well, and anything like dry ice. So therefore, it's not going to be a process that's generally producing inexpensive wines. We're talking really about premium and super premium, which will utilize cold soaking for the most part. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this video. I really hope that you found this useful and great for your studies around the WSET Level 4 Diploma. Remember that the next video in this series is around macerations using heat. Now, this is only available on my e-learning portal. So this is not free content. So you need to go across to www.winewithjimmy.com and click and subscribe there if you want access to hundreds of exclusive videos and study revision content. If you do, once again, have any of those burning questions, comments, or niggling concerns, then please do pop it in the comments section below this video. Please click subscribe and like. And social media is there also for you if you'd like to get in touch by that means, if you're that way inclined. If you do find yourself in London, that's here in the United Kingdom, then you know I've got some wine schools and a wine bar. So come and see me for a class, a glass, or a bottle. I've been Jimmy Smith. Ciao for now.